What's going on, everybody? Hello and welcome back to the Automation Station here with the PeakBot team. I am your co-host and co-founder, Dylan, joined by my co-host and co-founder, Ben. Ben, what's going on, man? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Not much is going on. Nice Friday. We're going into a long weekend. Markets closed on Monday, MLK Day. Fun fact, do you know when the market started to close for MLK Day?
Probably later than it should have, but I don't know. Do you know the answer?
1986.
So yes,
Ronald Reagan signed some sort of act in 1983, which then enforced in 1986 that the market will be closed for MLK Day. It's one of those holidays where every year I forget that the market's closed on MLK Day, because you just never know. You don't know if you're going to be off, if you're going to be working, who has off, who doesn't have off. It's one of those holidays.
It is. And I'll tell you what, I think that actually shifts our 200th episode.
Well, we've been counting the reruns as episodes.
Okay. All right. I guess we have. Sorry to expose us there. Okay. So fantastic. Well, busy show today. It seems like we've already got a good amount of people flooding in here, so we can get into it. We got a lot to cover. If you're not familiar, PeakBot, we are the household name for automated trading. We provide easy-to-use options trading strategies to everyday retail traders. We've got a few that are just absolutely crushing it as of late, which we'll be discussing here in just a few minutes. We'll go through our results. We will do trader trivia, opportunity to earn a free month of PeakBot. And then, Ben, I'm going to tease our big promo here for our best bot. That we have a very limited number of seats available. So if you're tuning into this and you're catching wind of this right now, stay around. I'll even put the banner on screen here in just a minute. But our best strategy, King AI, which has 155% return over 4 months, cash on cash. It's officially made $3,100 per unit on 2K in cash being utilized. 91% win rate. So we're going to take a deeper dive into that, but you heard the highlights there. We have a very limited promotion, 25 seats less available, for a really nice discounted first month, $47 to get started. We don't do that very often, but we're opening our arms here, and we want people to enjoy this strategy as much as we are. So we'll talk about that. I'll put the link on screen here, so hang tight. But Ben, what else are we going to cover today? Of course, economic events. Maybe we'll find a trade idea.
Yeah, I've got a trade idea that we put on yesterday that's expiring today, so we can review that. We'll review some BenBot. But I think most importantly, it's Doug's birthday.
It is Doug's birthday. And Doug, we weren't sure if you were listening. We should have assumed. I wish we could have said happy birthday before you reminded us.
We knew it.
We did.
Don't ask how we knew, Doug, but we knew.
Backstage, it was discussed that it was your birthday. I'm serious. So happy birthday, Doug. Thank you so much for being a rider here with the PeakBot team and our community. Happy birthday. Don't know how old you are, but I hope you have a lot more of them left.
We'll have a drink for Doug tonight.
Yeah, we will. Cheers to you, Doug. Okay. What if Doug was somebody what if Doug was an insider playing pardon my language, but playing a joke on us this whole time? Could you imagine? Doug, what if Doug couldn't be Thomas, but have you ever seen Thomas and Doug in the same room?
No, I haven't.
All right, it's just a thought. Doug, stay anonymous for now. But happy birthday, man. All right, Ben, what do we get into it here? We got a lot of people joining. Where do we want to go first? We can pull up Trader Trivia. Yeah, why don't we do that?
Yeah, let's do some Trader Trivia for everybody. Doug says he's Lex.
Oh, don't even joke about that, because now he's hiding in plain sight, and I hate it.
Imagine. I
gotta say, if Doug was gonna throw any name to kind of get me going a little bit,
yeah,
Lex is a good pull.
Yeah, I mean,
also,
Lex has to stay on top of all of the shows on the hub.
Yeah, he does. Also, not an ad, but have you had these?
I I think I introduced those to you.
You know what? At poker night, you had one of the flavored ones, and if it was these, then
it was that one, and it tastes incredibly like a Philly cheesesteak. I don't know how they do it. I don't know what type of chemicals they're putting on that. I don't care.
Don't want to know. So good. Anyway, I won't be eating these the whole show, but I might sneak a couple. Let's do Trader Trivia. Right. So this is an opportunity to win a free month of full access to PeakBot, all 5 of our automated strategies. Hit it.
Awesome. Yes. So all you have to do to get that free month is answer the question on the left correctly. You need to send that answer to experience@peakbot.com. That email is on the right side of the screen. Send that answer in, and if you get it correct, we will send you a link back to get started for free for 1 month. So the question today is, which of these is a leading indicator of investor fear? Is it A, the PE ratio? Is it B, the federal funds rate? Is it C, the VIX index? Or is it D, dividend yield? So think about that, Dylan. I think you know. I know. I know Doug knows.
Doug knows.
Today was a little bit easier of a question.
Yeah, if you're a trader, look, if you're a trader, if you just happen to come across us on Twitter here today, or X, sorry, and maybe you don't know, but if you're a trader, an active trader, you should know this one. While we're waiting, and while you're emailing us, okay, I should put it back on screen. I thought it was on screen. Experience@peakbot.com. Ben, what's a fun fact?
All right. Yeah. So the did you know for today is, did you know that some U.S. stocks can trade millions of shares per minute during major news events when breaking headlines hit, such as earnings surprises, merger announcements, Fed statements, or geopolitical news? Activity can explode instantly. And algorithm and institutional traders and retail traders all react at the same time, flooding the market with rapid buy and sell orders. And this sudden surge in market in volume often leads to sharp price swings and some of the fastest market movements seen all year. We see that quite a bit, actually. And another fun fact, if a ticker or even the market as a whole moves too quickly, there will be implemented what's called a circuit breaker, and trading will be paused for a specific amount of time, depending on what type of circuit breaker it is. But you can see that ticker or the whole market paused. And I think the whole market paused during COVID. Yeah, it paused several times at the very beginning of COVID.
And then wasn't it again? It may have paused again when it was falling out in 22 or something. Don't quote me on that.
Might have.
Anyway, yeah. So very cool and wild to think about. While you were reading the fun fact, I'm thinking to myself, it would be a fun game to do every once in a while. And you could probably spin this a number of ways. But like if I told you, hey, you got 10 seconds, first thing you think of, find what you think is the worst crash you can find on a chart. I don't know, for an individual stock for at a certain time period. I don't know. And it can go the other way too. You got right, we each have one shot. Think of one stock where you think you can find the biggest gain based on a day, specific day or specific week, and we each get a chance. Maybe it's stupid.
No, that's kind of cool. I like that idea.
All right, cool. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we won't.
Why don't we do the 100th episode?
Sorry.
Okay. The answer to the question is, and hopefully this is what you emailed us, it is C, the VIX index. The VIX is often called the fear index, and it measures the market's expectation for future volatility. When the VIX rises, it usually signals that investors are anticipating larger price swings and higher uncertainty. Elevated VIX levels typically reflect increased fear, stress, or concern about upcoming market conditions, making it one of the most widely watched indicators of investor sentiment. Another correlation that we see is, and this isn't 100%, but most of the time, if VIX is going up, the market is going down. And if the market is going up, then VIX is going down. That's typically what we see. It's not a one-for-one. Actually, I think one day a week, maybe it was this week or last week, the market gapped up overnight and VIX also increased. So there wasn't that correlation then. However, that's typically what you can see. I'm still on the hunt, Dylan, for a VIX strategy. There's money to be made in those VIX spikes. I'm currently holding some $15 strike calls on VIX going out to expiring in August. I bought them when VIX was sub 15. I think it was at like around 14 and a half. But I gotta figure sometime between now and August, VIX is gonna pop back up to like, there's gonna be a pullback. VIX is gonna pop up to like $20 or something like that, and
At least.
hopefully cash out with a little bit of a nice gain.
So let me ask you a question. VixBot on the hunt always. I don't know why, but I'm in a game mood today. Another one, but I feel like you have VIX up. Were you looking at your VIX position just now? I was going to say,
No.
Could you guess what VIX is at? All right, live guess, me and you, right now. What do you think VIX is at? I haven't looked at it, so my guess is going to be based off the premium collected on King AI. All right, what's your guess? I want you to go first.
I'm gonna guess 1562.
All right. I'm not lying. I was in that neighborhood. I was probably going to guess somewhere in the 16 range. So why don't I just go with like 16.1 and you pull it up? I feel like that's
Okay.
high.
I almost nailed it.
Okay, so what is it?
Where VIX is at 1566.
Nice. Okay.
But I am looking at VIX every day.
Mm-hmm. I haven't looked at it in a day or two.
I like looking at VIX. I like to know because it impacts King AI, King Condor. It impacts those trades.
Even Shorbo. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Good point by Doug. The tricky part about trading VIX is you're trading the futures price. So the spot price always has 30 days to expiration. Yes. That does make it tricky.
it does. Good input.
Maybe, which is why we're still on the hunt for a good VIX strategy.
Yeah.
Part of the reason.
I was gonna have you tease it, not that we need to, but we're working, of course, tirelessly to come up with new strategies and getting smarter and more efficient with that process, and using AI and machine learning models. And any VIX parameters come up or VIX bots surface on that at all?
I mean, VIX is always a factor in terms of strategy development, but we haven't specifically tried that hard to create a VIX strategy. So when I say we're still on the hunt, it's more of like a personal thing. I would like a VIX strategy. We're not expending PeakBot resources for a VIX strategy
Yet.
Actually, I'd like to see what volume is on VIX, just out of curiosity, see how much open interest we're working with. Yeah, there's a lot of open interest. VIX isn't daily though, that we'd have to trade it weekly. So
that's scary.
It could get a little scary if you're not playing it right. But very interesting play.
Earlier, I was thinking about how lately, and when I look at the chart, every day feels like a roulette spin, where it's just completely individual of its own trend. And although I'm trying to look at the last week here, it's kind of just been all over the place. The last 5 or 6 trading days.
You got a chart you want to pull up?
What?
You got a chart you want to pull up?
Yeah, I'll pull this up here. Sorry. By the way, I've adapted, Ben. I've completely I got my opening bar indicator on here.
It's funny. You pulled up your chart, and I'm looking at the same exact thing on my screen. I was like, how did he get my screen?
So very helpful to really just kind of see the trend of the last few days. All right. So of course we are in a King AI position today. I think our strikes are 7,000 and like 675 or
68.75. Yep, it's 7,000 and 68.75.
Which is way down here. So if we were to look at this is our go zone in between here for King AI, which right now is looking pretty good in the middle of the highway. We're not going to jinx anything. But anyway, open low, keep falling, bounce. Yesterday was pretty choppy until a bearish back half of the day. So that's, 2 different things going on. This, I don't know. It's just like, I can't get a read. The only thing I can get a read on is that King AI doesn't care. Just doesn't care what the market's doing. We got scared a little bit yesterday, Ben. I forget what our strike was exactly, but I know that we had poked into the money a couple
It
times.
was 69.75.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's what it was. So there was 2 or 3 events where we were in the money for a couple minutes, and Ben and I actually tuned out, I think, for at least, I don't know, half an hour, and then we got back on a call and we were like, oh, okay, nice, dropped. But anyway, all right, so let's keep this moving, Ben. You want to look at a couple of your trades? What do you got?
Yeah, let's look at some trades, and we've got Doug asked a question. Have we ever thought about making a futures bot? Indeed we have, and we are currently thinking about it. We've connected with the whole API system that Tradier has set up to trade futures with Tradier. No real timeline on when that's going to be launched yet. There's also really not, to my knowledge, a great back tester for futures. So it would be tough to come up with a really good, robust strategy that we can thoroughly test other than having traded the strategies ourselves. So I don't know, Doug, if you're an avid futures trader and you've got some really good strategies, shoot us an email, maybe join the team, help us develop some future strategies.
Yeah, let's learn more about Doug.
Or should we say Lex?
Or Lex. Happy birthday, Lex. Doug. All right. So yeah, what do you got going on here? I'm pulling up your account.
Yes, awesome. Let's take a look. So last week we threw on a credit spread on XSP. I said if I could get filled at 25, yeah, Doug, we could. Yes, back testing is tricky. Contract expire, forward tests. Yes, we would have to start. We'd have to determine how long we would want that test to be for
Maybe
us to feel comfortable.
Maybe
Doug's our guinea pig. All right. Anyways, last week we put on a call credit spread. So we were bearish on XSP, basically the market. We were bearish on the market last week. We collected 25 cents at entry. We made $1 spread. So it was $25. We were risking $100 to win $25. I forget exactly what the delta is, but the trade looked good to me. We placed the trade, and we are going to let these expire today. XSP is currently trading at 69 or 695, which is well below our 604 call strike. So these contracts are basically worthless at the moment. We're just going to let those expire. We're going to collect our $25, and maybe I'll get a pizza tonight with that.
Nice.
Yeah, let's see. So that was the trade. I also have some other tickers in my account. So this is interesting. These are for our wheel strategies. So we've got our current wheel, which I had to do some testing on. So I was trading Snapchat. It looks like this position is going to end up in an assignment. And then we've got TQQQ, which is the wheel V2 that we're testing. Which in that version of the wheel, we're selling the 35 delta. The other wheel, we're selling the 30 delta or the 25 delta. This new wheel, we're selling the 35 delta. We're buying the 10 delta. So that's how we have our $3 put here. I could get assigned. I kind of hope I do for testing purposes. But what is going to happen here is if I get assigned at the $54 strike price on TQQQ, no matter what the price is on TQQQ on Friday, I'm going to sell a call at the $54 strike. So we can go up in price, we can go down in price, but no matter what, I'm selling a call at the same strike that I was assigned at. So when it does come time to finally exit that position, I'm going to be getting out at a net even transaction on the shares. So truly, my gain here is in the premium collected on selling that call. Additionally, we're always going to buy put at the 10 delta, protect our downside from major movement downward. We don't want to be holding the bag for too long because, hey, time is money. We don't want to be stuck in just selling a covered call that's worth a penny every single week for 30 weeks straight. But with the new approach, we are just trading ETFs, and they are largely based off of the market. And historically, the market goes up. So I'm excited. I'm excited for these changes for the new wheel. For any new subscribers, all you'll know is the new wheel. The old wheel won't be available anymore. only to our legacy subscribers. Yes, Dylan.
I realize how terrible I am speaking over you. I mean, I say this weekly. It just doesn't get better. I just hate when I do it on air. So I'm going to start putting my hand up.
That works.
I have a question, and you got to be honest with me. Did I have any inspiration into you, even if it's just a test, throwing TQs on the wheel?
Oh, yeah. You are the reason that we added TQs and SQs.
Yes. All right. Dude, once it split, I mean, I was putting 10K behind TQs, and it was a great play.
Yeah.
But it's fit. You know, I got to put 5. What's it at? 50. What's it at now?
54. Yeah. So
54. So I mean,
400.
Great wheel, great stock to wheel, in my opinion. Not financial advice by any means, but you know,
and it's gonna keep splitting once it gets too hot. You know, that's the beauty of these ETFs. So that's just it's a good play, good call.
Oh man, I just want to say thank you.
Okay, all right. Moving on.
What about
BenBot? BenBot today, we got in a covered call position for a total combined price of 265.41. We exited. What time was that exited at? I don't know why my pop-up isn't popping up at the moment, but it was a quick trade again. We won $50 right off the bat, so a nice $50 win. I did take another trade on BenBot today, which is a little bit more unconventional. I sold an Iron Condor with some pretty far out of the money strikes because we were able to collect 25 cents on a dollar spread. So we collected that 25 cents and we closed it at 15 cents, closing each side separately. Another quick little $10 scalp there, another quick trade. That was right around like 11 o'clock when IV drops for the day during that lunchtime period, and we get that IV crush. So was able to scalp $10 on that. So total gain on the day for BenBot, $60. So I don't want to jinx it, but this new approach for BenBot has been working out pretty nicely. You're muted, Dylan. You're muted.
Boo.
I don't want to. Doug called you out for why you're muted.
Oh yeah, hey, I called myself out earlier in the show. I said I'm gonna have no shame. I will. You know, we do this show at 12 o'clock on Friday. I'm hungry. You know.
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, look, you were saying this new approach is awesome. When did it start?
It really started at the beginning of kind of mid September, but I didn't really have it honed down to like shooting for that $50 gain every day and cutting losses faster. And January has just been relatively good.
Look at that.
In general.
That's fun to see. Great job on BenBot. You can now trade is that update push live? You can now trade 4 units, or it's going to be push live. Okay, so you can now trade 4 units of BenBot, which gets you, a little over that 100K mark as far as cash needed. So fantastic, great work on BenBot. We want to jump over into King AI quick.
Sure.
And then I'll hit the promo.
Hit it.
All right. So King AI. Let's just take a look here. So I have this going across the bottom of the screen. I'll make it bigger here quickly. King AI is our flagship strategy at the moment. I only say that because it's got the best returns, 155% return in just 4 months. We've got a 91% win rate. It's taken 47 trades. It's only lost 4 of them. So we've got incredible returns here from the launch. Okay. So September, $940 a unit. And keep in mind, this is on 2K cash needed. Okay. It's an Iron Condor strategy on SPX, 1 DTE. October, green. November, just barely red. December, monster month. The bot has not taken an L since November. We'll see. We're in a position, of course, live today, but good vibes out there. A fantastic January already. Then what was the premium today? Earned 120, 125, something.
I think it was 125. I can double check. We'll go with 125.
So, you can see here.
130. 130. Sorry.
Okay.
30.
So you could see, look, the primary change when we kind of put King AI out here was we wanted to just give the the strategy more breathing room if the market was telling us that it needed it. And we were used to collecting $300 in premium on average on King Condor, and still are. That strategy is still live and still very profitable, but King AI is just hard to ignore right now. So you can take a look at the all-time returns here. There's 10 years of backtest data in here, but I'll zoom on in. What you'll notice here is when it turns green is when the bot was turned on and went live for us and our traders. Okay, so you can see it's only had the 4 losses since we've launched here. So racking up the dollars. You can trade multiple units of this strategy. So what I'm going to do is on screen here at the bottom, and then I'm going to pull the screen up over here. Get on this right now. Okay, come on. All right, thank you. The numbers need to be updated, Ben. I'll have to do that, and that'll continue to change. But you know what? It's not a terrible thing if somebody sees 148% return and then they find out it's higher. It's a good problem to have. But point is, this is our very limited edition Crown the Year King AI promotion. It's $47 to start, limited to just 25 accounts. That has already started to get filled. There's already been subscriptions on this. We are really just launching this here today. So this offer ends when 25 seats are claimed. Okay, $47 for the first month. That gives you full access not only to King AI, but all of our automated strategies, BenBot, King AI, The Wheel, etc. So all of that available to you for $47 for the first month, 30-day money-back guarantee, and then you renew at the full price. And of course, you can save if you wanted to do annual subscriptions at any time. So we're also throwing the Discord in there for you. All right. So one-on-one onboarding, full chat support, Discord access with alerts, insights, market, community chats, etc. So we're here to help you. Head on over to PeakBot.com. Let me just make this big one more time. At the bottom here, peakbot.com/king-ai-promo. Okay, so if you want us to just send that link to you because you can't remember or write it down right now, just let us know. Put it in the comments.
Dylan, why don't you pull up the results page one more time? Just take a look at how it's been performing, how the wins just stack on top of each other. And then I'm going to put you in the hot seat. We didn't talk about this prior. You don't know this question is coming. You might not even know that we've been working on it.
I don't like this at all.
But we've got another version of King AI that we've been working on. And that version chooses strikes closer to the money. So we're not always at the 10 delta. And we're not always at the 10 delta right now. But more times than not, this bot is trading at the 10 delta. We've got our version 2 of King AI, and I was just talking with one of our engineers yesterday about the results we've seen. The overall P&L is higher. There are greater drawdowns, but the wins are, we're looking at here like $150 to $200. It looks like, what's the average here? 184. The average win on V2 is about $250.
Okay, so it's higher.
Significantly more.
It's in between the two, then it sounds like. But
between King Condor and King AI, yeah.
But with no stop loss.
No stop loss on it, and the again, what the algorithm is doing is being a little riskier on delta selection on where we're setting our strike prices. That bot, I don't want to misspeak here because let me get the results going. You know what? I don't have the live results. I could try to find it real quick. But anyways, I know that the live results that we've been tracking over the past, I want to say just 3 weeks, this version of King AI is $2,000 in profit. So it's almost, in 3 weeks, it's almost caught up to the current version of King AI. I'm wondering, should we release another version of this and call it like King AI Turbo or something like that? More turbulence, more premium. You could win more faster.
All right. You want my opinion live here?
Yeah, yeah, live. Let's hear it.
All right. So we did mention this in a team meeting briefly, and my gut immediately went to like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to know. And by the way, you said you have a question. You were going to put me on the spot.
That was it. Do we launch another version?
Oh, do we launch one? You know what? Why not by request? Have it available. You got to come to us and ask us for it for now. Call it a beta. Well, you can launch a beta. Launch a beta. We'll do a beta test. I mean, look, people are going to want it. So we can put it out and we can test it. So here's my thing. I'd be curious to know what the drawdowns are, because the largest drawdown, and not only since live, but even including the 10 years of backtest data here on King AI, the largest drawdown on 10K, 15%. And if you just want to say cash, it's about $1,500 is the largest drawdown.
Yeah.
That's hard to argue with.
It is.
Well, do you know what they are? Or if not, you'll tune into our 200th episode and find out.
Yeah, definitely tune into that episode because I don't have it right now.
All right, we'll let you get away with it. But very cool. Now, did that spin up out of our model, or was that just basically analyzing how well King AI is doing and seeing where
that was the King? Well, it was. I put the question out there to our engineers, and I said, how would this look if we were more aggressive with our strike prices? So they went and recalibrated some settings and came up with this. Nice. And I kind of like it. I do too.
All right, well, we'll take a look at it. I want to know about it, but man, I'll tell you what, it's going to take a lot for me to switch up my account. I had pulled some money out of one of my trading accounts, and so I had a fresh 5K in there. Okay, I wouldn't advise this. I'm not a financial advisor. I couldn't advise it if I wanted to. We, of course, like to have more cash in accounts just for diversity, but I knew that in this account, I was only going to be trading King AI. I reset it at 5K. My account's at 6,300. This is just in a matter of weeks. That's just I was making money before I pulled the cash out, of course. I've been trading King AI the whole time, but man, it's just been a fun ride. So again, head on over peakbot.com/King AI promo. You got to put the dashes in there. It's on the screen below. $47 to start. There's only 25 seats available for this. So a couple are going to go just here from this show. So get on it. And if you have any questions, head on over to our website, use the chat feature, or shoot us an email. Cool. Ben, I'm covering half your face. It makes you look shorter than you are.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're short. I didn't say. I'm just saying maybe because even the way your camera. The way you're sitting, made you look. Yeah,
there we go. Much better.
Ben,
biggest drawdown, $2,300.
All right, I can live with that. All right, well, we'll have to take a look. Why don't we launch a beta? If you're interested, put it in the chat. Shoot us a message. We'll put out an email about it. All right, so perfect. King AI, it's hot. Get in while it is. $47 for the first month. Ben. What else? I know we got to do economic events. Was there something else we want to discuss?
No, I'm good with the economic events. Let's head on over there. I got to share screen here, and then we can wrap for the day.
Okay.
Let's get this up on screen. Okay, so what do we have going on for the rest of the day today? We've got oil rig counts, and then we've got a Fed speech at 3:30 Eastern. Moving and looking ahead to next week. Market is closed on Monday, so we've got ourselves a nice long weekend. Enjoy it. I always enjoy a work day where the market is closed. I tend to get so much more work done on those days. On Tuesday, nothing much going on Tuesday either. So I like the trades from today going into Tuesday, those next day expiration trades. On Wednesday, we got a 20-year bond auction, which will turn Max's bots off, but all other bots will be on. On Thursday, we've got some GDP data. We've got some PCE data. And I think that's going to do it for major events on Thursday. That's not enough to shut the bots off, though. Then on Friday, we've got Michigan Consumer Sentiment Report that will shut Max's bots off, but all other bots will be on as normal. and then a pretty quiet rest of the day on Friday. So overall, next week, it's fairly quiet. I'm happy about that. You're muted. Yeah.
You know why I'm muted? Because I'm over here eating Pringles off camera and trying not to be chewing from the abyss. Yeah, what a loser I am. But anyway, pretty quiet week, almost eerie. We never get through a whole week without something. But that Michigan Consumer Sentiment Report always going to give me the heebie-jeebies.
Yep, that's for sure.
All right. Well, excellent. So a lot covered today. BenBot, wheel updates, King AI, new bots, maybe a V2 launching for King AI if you're interested in beta. Of course, we've got partners that are crushing it. BTF copy trading on fire. Our Lissa copy trading from E2T on fire. Ben, you know what? Maybe next week I'm going to take a closer look at Terry's tips, see how he's starting the year off. Of course, he ended the year very strong with another 45% annualized return on his 4 portfolios. So just an incredible year for him. So if you're interested in not only PeakBot strategies, but our partner strategies, we automate for about 15 different communities and companies. Head on over to our bot shop, which, Ben, can you reach the bot shop from our normal website yet?
Do you want to make it so we can?
Yeah, I think we should.
All right, I'll do it right now.
Oh my God. Nice. All right, well then let's log off first, and then we'll get it done. So you know what? Who am I kidding? Get it. Ben can do it.
Pull up the website. Well, tell me where you want it.
I don't know. Maybe a tab at the top. We don't want it too distracting. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Or maybe under bots. Oh, maybe under bots. That's what you do. Under bots, you put it on under strategies and results. Here, I'll pull it up.
Okay. Get the page. What's it called? We called it bot-shop.
Yeah, bot-shop is what it was. And you can always use this chat feature, people. This is our website, peakbot.com. Ben's going to add our bot shops to all of our partner bots somewhere in this reach.
Yes. All right. So it will be the second drop down under the bot shop. If you go ahead and refresh.
Oh, now.
Bot shop.
Pretty good. Pretty fast. Trendy John, E2T, Bull Trade Finder, JR28, UET, Max, Terry's Tips, Squeeze Fund. And we got a couple coming soon, another 4 or 5 coming soon. So we've been busy over here, people. Head on over, check us out. Let us know what questions you have. We can help you see what might be a good fit for you. Not financial advice. Hey, Doug, one more time, man. Happy birthday. Thanks so much for riding with us as always. And Ben, unless you had anything else, I think we can get out of here.
Let's wrap it up.
All right. Well, head on over to our site if you want access to King AI for $47 for the first month. Those seats will probably go by the end of the weekend. Maybe we'll open up some more if we're feeling generous. We'll see. But thank you so much for joining us. We will not be live Monday. Market will be closed. We'll be live Friday for technically episode 200. So we'll have a little something special planned. We'll see. Thanks so much for tuning in. And as always, we'll see you at the peak. Take care.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.